What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your breakdown for Batista Bomb. This version of him looks like maybe right after he left as Deacon Batista. You know, not a lot of tattoos on him yet. The hair, that's a weird look. Anyway, he is a ruthless aggression era, despite what the corner of the poster says. Aggressive striker. He has links with evolution, takes 60% less damage from black moves, ruthless aggression, and there will be one gear available week 1. Pyro gems do 200% more damage. Nicely, this preview does not have that gear, so we're not seeing anything inflated. Trainer ability at 31k, Pyro gems do 200% more damage. Blue moves start with 2. That's going to be important for Ilya Dragunov because, he's kind of a Voltron character this month. That is Ilya, not Batista per se. Batista has a few different movesets that we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look at those few different movesets. The first moveset we're going to take a look at is the 3-star moveset. So, not available right out the box, but with your first upgrade to him, you'll be able to get there. The Spear is going to be the first move, 6 MP green move. Deal damage, choose 5 gems to make into red, then deal damage and choose 2 rows to make into pyro gems, which will modify everything above it into green when broken by you. Notice we are on the test account, so he's 6 silver, as all of our test characters are, so they may be less, will be less in terms of what it overall hits, but you'll get the idea of what to do with it. Then you got the 7 MP Spine Buster. It's a red move, deal damage, make 18 random gems into multiply gems, and the Vertical Suplex Power Slam, 8 MP red, deal damage, and make 29 pyro gems into red. We will see a combination of these again. On the entourage, you can see it above me here. The only rare one I put on there is this lady right here, Miss Powerhouse Raquel. Green gems do 50% more damage, multis increase by 1. Realistically, though, you could put anybody in there who increases multi and increases green. In order to get him started with the green move, you're going to want George the Animal Steel and Santa Hogan, but you already see what I see. If you have Roxanne, I'm not going to show her on this because this is a free character and she's a rare character, but if you have Roxanne, you would run Roxanne, which would start your red and green moves with 4 MP. Santa Hogan gets you to 6, and then you get to choose gems to make red, so you just have to, make a few from there. Then I've got Luger, Mr. Wolfpack Lex Luger. For green gems, do 12k more damage. If you have him at 6-star gold or above, the future, then you would want to run your 30% green gem coaches, which there's a bunch of now, most especially Ozzy Osbourne for those who got him. I am going to show you the strap without plates. You can kind of tell from what they offer on the stores and what you get on the prize walls what they're thinking of for the free characters, and the Jade plate and the Pyro plate are what is offered, which will come in handy for multiple characters this month, so I'll show you those with kind of a run it back. This is the 50% gem damage strap, so it's not overinflating anything. Double Fury 2, plus this one is a 35% gem damage. So it's on the higher side, but still within reason for the candy store accounts. So we're going to go up against Sammy. He's only 6 bronze and we're 6 silver, but we're B tier. And, we're doing what we can here initially. So let's see how Batista Bomb does against the conspiracy theorist. Without tour perks loaded, and plus 99 MP is more what I was thinking there, you would need to go ahead and make some red matches. What I like to do is just go ahead and do something like that right off, because you're less likely to cause any cascades or issues. And then you can set something up if you can make some sort of a swipe somewhere, that'd be great. A 3 match, which we've already got, so I don't really need to worry about it, but something like that. That's going to load your gems. Now, the one thing in doing that I did do is now I have made that wild card down there, and so that is not going to work for the pyros. It's going to overwrite it. So I know you're going to call it out in the video. I called it out so you could see it. Then you're going to drop down these strength 5 because of Raquel and put them there. Of course, plus 99 MP Era, run Matt Hardy, Sherry if you got her. And then you make 29 Pyro Gems into red, which is going to reload your red moves. And kabloom, make everything green, which reloads your green move. That was 13 million. Not bad for a B tier with no special plates attached. That would be 26 million at 6 gold, which is kind of, I get the sense of right about where they're trying to keep these B tier characters in damage, is in that 20-ish, 25 million damage range. So that's kind of the safe showing. You know, you should be able to run most of what I just showed you. Now let's show you kind of the souped up version, a little bit of that. So we add the Jade Plate on there. Whenever you make 10 multi-gems, increase your green gem damage by 100%. That's nice. And then you've got the Pyro Plate that you could put in its place instead. You can run, it's one of the multi-plates. There's a number of different, you get the Hogan Plate, even though it's buffing the wrong colors, you could still get some things out of it. You got to break a color, make another color that you can do. But since we're not really doing much that works on these, I'm not going to show you any of these just yet. But we will show you what the Pyro Plate does with it. So first run it back with the Cargill Plate, and then with the Pyro Plate. That Piper's Power, by the way. If there's any way you can get that this month, that is your goal. That is the goal this month for a lot of us. Like, I've got one. That is the thing that I want this month. Just get a second one of those. That's the goal, right? Anywho. All right, so we're going to throw these down here. We are now making enough gems on the multis that we trigger the Pyro, right? I'm sorry, the Cargill Plate, that is. And then we're going to make 29 random gems red. So our green gems are now doing 540. And once we trigger this, we have a comparison from, your 13 million to 15 million. So not terrible. Not bad. That'd be 30 million at gold. That's pretty decent for a B tier, free tier character. And keep in mind, if you get gear, that would buff up even farther. All right, one last variation on this build right here. That is with the Pyro. That is the Piper's Power Plate. They really should have just named it the Pyro Plate, because then there's the Pyro Princess Plate, and that gets confusing anyways. But yeah, Piper's Power Plate. So whenever you make 4 more Pyro Gems, increase all of your gem damage by 100%, yellow gem by 500%, just so you can see it. But keep in mind, you're basically doing 100% buff either way, because the Cargill Plate was 100% to green. For multi, this is 100% to all colors based on making the pyros. So, just so we're clear. Now, making that on the top, hope you don't cascade, but now you don't have any wildcard gems on the bottom. And then you throw your multis again, and we'll see a comparison. Apples to apples, nothing else changed. What does he do? What's he do? What's he do? And versus 15 million, we got how much? 15.6. Ever so slightly more. That could just be the, what we hit on the board. But because it buffs all the gem colors, if you get any extras in there, that sort of helps. Again, you could throw on a, break a color, make some gems cascade on the basic plate. But that's a pretty good estimation. I wanted to show it to you. I I mean, there is literally 50 characters I would use a pyro plate on, and 3 others this month, or at least 2 others this month, that I would use a Piper Power plate on before free tier Batista. But there you see what you can do. I mean, 32-ish million, 33-ish million at 6-star gold. It's not bad for free tier. So anyway, let's take a look at something else and see how it works. The next move set, we're just swapping out one major move, which is the Big Boot. The Big Boot is the 4-star move, so this is your 4-star move set. Deal damage, it's a 7 MP green. Deal damage, make 28 random gems into Pyro Gems, which will modify all gems above it into green. Spinebuster, 7 MP red, deal damage, make 18 random gems into multis. And then the Vertical Suplex Power Slam, deal damage, makes 29 Pyro Gems into red. So it's a little bit of a mess here, a cluster, if you will. Plus, you got 7 and 7 and then 8 MP charge moves. None of the moves set up each other. So this is not a build that you can do unless you have Roxanne post 99 MP. But I want you to see it for the current 99 MP. But I don't normally use rare trainers like Roxanne on free tier characters, but literally this moveset can't work post 99 MP without it. You also would need Prince Pretty or someone like him. Green moves start with 2, red moves start with 1, and Santa Hogan for 1 more MP. So you got 5 to each color with Roxanne in your turn start. Then you've got your greens loaded and your reds loaded. So your remaining one, I'm putting Memrock on there. He's become less rare as time has gone on. Doesn't mean everybody has him, I get it. But he's become less rare, let's just say there. I am going to have the Piper Power plate on here initially so that you can kind of see what this one would do, since it is a little more souped up. We'll just be able to decrease the damage, and I'll tell you kind of what it would look like from that. Otherwise, we're going to get started with him here and see what this does. Obviously, it's going to work turn 1 no matter what in the 99 MP era. It's afterwards this hits less. And I am going to show you kind of a run it back with this one with some trainers, because if you notice, just like during the Canadian event, how we had, everybody was doing Snowfall, now everybody's doing Pyro, so the Pyro gems are kind of the big buff this time around. So this fills most of the board. We still have about 3 gems that are not accounted for, but for the most part, you're hoping your Pyro gems land low and your multi-gems land high, and then you're just going to hit this, which turns it red, reloading your red moves, and then you hope that you make sure you get some cascades that hit green, like that, or get some multi-gems with it. That was a whopping 8 million. Even with the Piper Power. So, this moveset's obviously built for some of the current trainers. So let me show you if you get the Voltron set with, especially and most particularly Miss Mae Young and the new Maxine Dupree. Because they're the ones that kind of buff this moveset. Overall, though, you'll see. But it's just, even with the Piper Power plate on there, it really wasn't compelling compared to the 3-star moveset. So, anyways, well, let's set... There we go. Come on. Almost. Come on. You got this. The portal glitch. All right, there we go. So, here, I'll add them and then we'll talk about them. So, Maxine Dupree, one of your new characters here, has a big old trainer ability that you can't read in one screen. Pyro Gems do 18k more damage at max 31k. Moves that generate Pyro will create 4 more. That is going to overwrite or just get us right on spot there. And then blue moves start with 2 more MP because she's designed around Ilya Dragunov, not this guy. And then you've got Miss May Young. Pyro Gems do 100% more damage. Green moves that deal damage will deal 40% more damage. So you do get a little spicy buff that way. So we'll kind of see what this would be. Note, this would not be turn 1 without 99 MP, because you've only got 4, 5, and these are 7 MP and 8 MP moves. But, again, run it back. I want to show you with some of the other pieces in place, just so you can kind of get a sense of what does Batista do? How big is Batista's damage? Anyway. So we're going to throw down the Pyro Gems. That's going to trigger the Pyro Plate. Then we're going to throw down the multi-gems. Keep in mind we threw out 4 more, so we do overwrite now, because 1 too many actually means instead of filling up the board, it kind of messes up the board. And then we're going to make the Pyro Gems red, which make green, which does some weird things. You'll see it. So there you go. 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 12 million damage. 12 million. Not bad. But, you know, still not what the first moveset did. So let's take a look at one last combination and a kind of a variation on the combination. The last moveset I'm going to show you includes the 5-star move, which is the front power slam. It's the running clothesline, 4 MP black, deal damage, choose 2 gems to make into 2-turn juggernaut gems that will deal no damage but make 8 random gems into power gems of strength 165k on every countdown turn, and then increase the strength of your power gems by the same at the end of the countdown. Then the front power slam, deal damage, choose 5 gems to make black, 8 MP black move, so high charge. And then the Batista Bomb finisher, deal a heftier amount of damage and choose a 3x7 area to swap black gems at the and pin the opponent. Now here's where I don't like this setup here. This is a very high charge for a starting loaded move, the front power slam. So obviously this works great for plus 99 MP. Afterwards it gets less practical, and I'll show you why. Then I do want to comment, for me personally, I would not use the Batista Bomb. The choose 3x7 area to black is great in terms of, you know, you need to find a way to reload. However, it's making random power gems, so the Batista Bomb means you're actually going to screw yourself over on that, because you're going to erase however many power gems are in that mix. I would actually run the shoulder block instead, deal damage, and then deal bleed damage to your opponent for 1 turn. The struggle is that is not a lot of bleed, and it's not a lot of turn, right? It's 1 turn at 1.27. Even if you add your big daddy trainers, you're only getting that up to maybe 4 million, 5 million on the absolute top end with all your trainers and coaches, but then you're minimizing other things and you can't really get there. So this does make the most sense, but I did want to at least highlight where that red move would fit in, but nothing else really makes that sing. You know, you could put it in place of the multi-gems, but why would you put bleed in place of multi-gems when multi-gems are so much more guaranteed damage? So I just don't like this build that much, to be quite honest, but I do want to show it to you so you can see what it does and what it's like. Now, we need to get to an 8 MP charge move, obviously plus 99 MP. Buff your power gems as much as you possibly can, or I will run it back with Seth freaking Rollins and Goldberg just because I want to see what he does. But just note, those power gems are only doing 165k, which is just not that much, right? I mean, Naomi just came out with 600k power gems, and she was still okay with her power gem build at best. So you are going to need Woods to get your 4 black MP. You need somebody else. I've got Io Sky on here. I don't actually have her on my roster, so once again I'm breaking my rules and using somebody that is a more rare trainer. However, she has been in the 6 gold loot the last couple months, so a lot more people have gotten her than had her before. Black moves deal damage, do 100% more damage, and black moves start with 2 more MP. So you can see all of our moves are doing 1 to 2 million damage, which is nice. I mean, it's certainly not that much at gold, but it's not a bad deal. Then power gems generated from moves add 50% more. The only question I have with that is, because it says from moves, does it not work on the Juggernaut gems? So we're going to test that theory and check them out. And then you also need Santa, because you need 4 plus turn is 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot that you need for what we're going to see here. I'm not going to add any plates to this. The mini faces of Foley would be the plate that you would potentially use there. You could use the one where if you make a Juggernaut gem, you decrease their MP, but that is super rare. And again, for a free tier character, are you really going to run that? I just don't think so. All right, so we are going to choose these Juggernaut gems, make 2 of them. I like to put them on loot boxes because the opponent very rarely breaks loot boxes, but you never know. And then we're going to make 5 into black. So what we want is to reload these 2 moves if possible, but especially that one right there. So we're going to do the classic 5 and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom. So if we swipe, the gem that you grab is where the wildcard gem goes to. So by grabbing that one and swiping it over, we are making sure we don't hit a cascade. And now we've dropped these, glitch portal. Now we've dropped these power gems, and they do receive the trainer ability, just to make sure you see it, right? Power gems, 248,499. We did not get enough here, but wait, we will, because we're going to throw some more of these Juggernaut gems down. These ones we'll put here. And then we're going to make our swipe, except our swipe... Okay, here's a good one. I was going to say our swipe actually became a 4 swipe, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so that hit for 4 million. Now our Juggernaut gems go out again. Plus they get buffed, so these ones are doing 745. New ones, can I find a new one? Are they all just buffed now? Look at like, actually they went off the right way, so they're all buffed, and we get to do this again. So notice how many power gems are on the board. That I like. That I like. Then we're going to throw out this. We're going to try for a 5 match and a 3 match, but as you can see, we are going to be erasing power gems by doing this. So, sorry, we want to do a 3 match and then a 5 swipe. Or I can do it wrong. But you saw, he did actually a very good amount of damage that way. So, yeah, it's not bad, considering you create a lot of the board. You just need a lot of trainer bonuses to get there. But I do like it. It's a lot better than a kick in the teeth for a free tier character, right? So let's see the same thing, except for in this case, we want to create as many Juggernaut gems as possible, which obviously this works really only the plus 99 MP era. You could just put Goldberg here if you have the Goldberg. I have the Goldberg. And you could also put Seth freaking Rollins if you've got Seth freaking Rollins in there. So that's not what we want. We want generate gems. Goldberg. So put Goldberg here. You could put Seth in that spot. Now you're making 3 gems, so you're buffing the power gems again. I do just want to see, though. I just want to see what would happen if you happen to have both of these guys. This is rare territory, rare air here, as we say. But now we're making 4 Juggernaut gems. The problem we're going to run into, and it's okay, I see it, I know it right off the bat, is we're going to start overwriting gems very quickly. Very quickly. But if we do it right, we can get the whole board filled up pretty quick and just kind of see what sort of damage Batista can do. How big is Batista's damage? We're going to find out. We're going to find out, friendo. Let's see. In this case, I don't want to spread these out too far. I've already got a 5-match on black. Thank you, random board creation. So, we will do a 5-match setup here just to give me an alternative. And a 3-match setup there just to give me an alternative. There we go. I'm going to grab this gem, swipe so it goes right there. We did cascade horribly. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, but he didn't touch my 5-match. Hooray. He still didn't touch my 5-match. Look at you, bud. All right, you can see right off the bat, that just filled the board up pretty quick. They're 165 because we don't have the extra bonus damage on there from Nikki. Let's see. Can we find... There we go. All right. So we're going to do that. We are going to eat some damage or eat some power gems. And as long as we don't cascade, creation and destruction. Ah, it overrode them, didn't it? Look at that. That's still, look at how many power gems are on this board. Holy cats and boots, man. All right, so we know not to use both Seth and Goldberg. You know, good to know. And knowing is half the battle. So what are we doing on those? Not as much as I'd like. 400k. You know, it had to be more than 400k. That had to be a visual glitch. Anyway, as you can see, I just wanted to do it for science. But that build is pretty spicy overall comparatively. So, you know, it's not near as bad as I let on at first. I don't know that it's going to hold up long term. But, you know, you do some things with it and you can do some things with it. So let's talk about Batista. Where does he sit as a free tier character? Well, the good old days of Shotzi and Dakota and some of those Wesley's, you know, the free tier characters were as good as some of the S tier characters that were coming out, to be quite honest. There's still people, me included, who are using characters like Shotzi and Wesley to this very day over other characters that came out in their era. I don't think Batista fits into that category. However, he is better than the last couple free characters we've had. I would say I will use him potentially for certain things, and especially Batista requirements. He's the best Batista in the game. IOW's okay, but more dated than you realize at this point. So I will use him, where Brutus Creed, I have no reason to ever use that character again. So from that side of things, it's an improvement for the free tier character. Best moveset, in my opinion, is the 3-star moveset, and he benefits from the Megazord abilities that you're going to try and get for other characters, specifically if you're trying to build Ilya Dragunov. So that's my view on Batista. What do you think about his damage? Let me know in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend or faction mate who is trying to figure out how do you run Batista. And if they don't want to watch the whole video, we got a 3-minute moveset for them as well. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Uh-huh.